Hey guys, my name is Lily and today I want to show you how I make my own tomato sauce. Alright, so these tomatoes are from my vegetables garden and they weigh about 4 kilograms, and for 4 kilograms of tomatoes we need about 8 cloves or 9 cloves of garlic. You can take more or less, so if you don't like garlic just leave it out, but it's really good in the tomato sauce. Then we need about 2 tablespoons of sugar and 2 tablespoons of salt. Then we need rosemary, thyme, oregano, and if you want to, you can add some marjoram. Okay, here at the back of my kitchen, I've already prepared 4 jars and I've wiped them clean with ethanol. So it's really important that you have clean jars, and the lids need to be cleaned as well. Okay, here I have a really big pot and I hope that all of the tomatoes will fit in here. Alright, so now let's cut up the garlic first, fry it in a pan, and when this gets brownish, we will add the tomatoes. Yeah, and if you do not like garlic, you can leave them out, but it's really good in the sauce, tastes great, and it's good for the preservation of the tomato sauce as well. But if you really hate garlic, then you can take some onions instead of garlic as well. Okay, now for cooking, I'm going to use some olive oil. It's extra virgin. The garlic is getting brown now, so now it's time to add the tomatoes. Oh yeah, and by the way, I'm not peeling my tomatoes because the skin is actually really healthy. It has a lot of vitamins and also antioxidants in the skin, so I do not want to peel my tomatoes. And normally if you buy a tomato sauce in the shop, those tomatoes are all peeled. So yeah, it's nicer without the skin, because later you will see the skin in the tomato sauce, but I do not really care about that. It doesn't disturb me or anything, so yeah, this is the reason why I'm leaving the skin on. But if you're a person, you know, who doesn't like the skin, you can choose to peel it off, but I think it's unnecessary. Okay, I'm done with my tomatoes and all of them are in the pot now. That's great. So now we want to add the salt and the sugar. So rosemary is pretty intense and I'm not taking too much of it, really. So I'm taking about this much. Okay, then we have the thyme. Now it's time for the oregano. I have 2 kinds, one with bigger leaves and this one with smaller leaves. And last but not least, marjoram. And that's it. So now we let the tomato sauce cook a little bit more. I have turned off the stove now, and I want the tomato sauce to cool off a little bit so that I can mix it. Okay, now let's mix our tomato sauce. Okay, the tomato sauce is still very hot, so I want to take a wet piece of cloth, a sponge, and this way the heat can dissipate a little bit easier, and this way I hope that the glass won't break. The rest of the tomato sauce I do not want to can because I want to use it for today's meal, and these 4 I'm going to can today. And for canning I'm going to use my oven, and I set the temperature at 100 degrees Celsius. Inside of my baking sheet I've already prepared some water. If you use some water, it's better for the jars because then they have less risk of breaking. Okay, the canning will take about 45 minutes, and then every bad germ should be sterilized. Okay, about 1 hour has passed. Now let's turn off the oven. Wow, the water in the baking sheet almost vanished. Alright, now I want to see if the seal is good. Okay, that's good. Okay, I have some stickers where I wrote Tomato 2020 onto it, and I'm going to stick them onto the lid because I only used the lid for 2 times, and this is the 2nd time now, and after that I'm throwing them away because usually, you know, they get unclean at the underside. So I'm putting the stickers onto the lids because then I'm going to throw away the lids. I don't want to put them on the glass though, because then it's really hard to remove the stickers again for the next time I'm using the glass jar. So this is how I do it. This is my small pantry that I have in the kitchen. So I put the 1 tomato sauce here, and the other 3 are going to go into the basement. Alright guys, so this was how to make tomato sauce, and the self-made one is most often the better one. So if you buy a tomato sauce in the store, it's also going to be tasting good. But there's a difference between tasting good and tasting excellent. So yeah, I love making my own tomato sauces and other pickles. So if you're interested, in videos like these, make sure that you are subscribing to this channel.